What's up, NBA Nation? It's Brett James back again with another video, and today, man, marks the first day of the NBA playoffs in the 2021 season. The Miami Heat and the Milwaukee Bucks are currently playing at the recording of this video. I'm going to briefly talk about the Golden State Warriors and Memphis Grizzlies game last night. Probably the best game of the year. I know people were talking that the Lakers and Warriors game in the play-in was the game of the year. I'm sorry. That Grizzlies-Warriors game last night was the game of the year. But let's stop wasting time, man. Let's hop right into this video, though. Now, I want to start this video off talking about last night's game. Ja Morant in his young career had the biggest game of his career, and he came through when it mattered most. But as of last night's game, I'm telling you, that was the game of the year. Constant back and forth. The Grizzlies at times were going to pull away. They were up 15. They blew a lead. They went up like 15 again. They ended up blowing a lead. But I'm telling you right now, that was the game of the year. And the NBA should keep the play-in tournament, because what we saw from the Lakers and what we saw from the Memphis Grizzlies in both of those games, you get a Game 7 March Madness type of feel with these games. And at the end of the day, the play-in tournament makes people and teams value the regular season. You have to make sure that you're keeping your guys healthy, well-rested, and prepared for the playoffs as well. But at the end of the day, these guys are still having to count each game in the regular season so that they don't slip in the standings, and then they can get the matchups that they need in the standings, because it makes people value the regular season instead of having them taking nights off a week or two in advance prior to the playoffs. Scoring over 30 points in the game and hitting the clutch dagger on that spin around layup to ice the game versus the Golden State Warriors on the road. Now look, as a diehard Utah Jazz fan, as you can tell, I had to rock my Utah Jazz merch for this video. The Utah Jazz could not have been more blessed. At the end of the day, the Jazz were not going to lose to the Golden State Warriors or the Memphis Grizzlies at the 1 and 8 seed, but at the end of the day, the Warriors have an MVP-like player in Steph Curry, one of the most difficult players in the NBA to guard. It doesn't matter what defense you show on him. This guy is still capable of dropping 30, 40, 50 points a night at ease, and the Jazz got blessed that they're going to be able to play the Memphis Grizzlies, and I'm very happy for this Memphis Grizzlies squad, because they're a young, scrappy team who's got a lot of potential on this squad outside of just Ja Morant. The team is a young, developmental team, and I love seeing guys like that get into the playoffs and get some experience. Let Steph Curry and the Warriors rest for next year when they get Klay Thompson back and they can be healthy. So I want to go a little bit on of a side note real quick. Even though Steph Curry is a top 3 MVP candidate and he had one of the most historic, stunning NBA seasons by any player whatsoever, just a phenomenal year, to no fault of his own did the Warriors not make the playoffs. He did everything he could this year to make the Warriors at least be in the play-in tournament and be competitive and almost make the playoffs. Steph Curry should not win MVP. That is a debate, and that is a video for another day. But look, Nikola Jokic deserves the MVP, and especially because Steph didn't make the playoffs, do not give this award to Steph Curry. To no fault of his own, this award belongs to Nikola Jokic. Now I want to move off the play-in tournament briefly. I did post an NBA full bracket playoff style video. If you guys want to go watch, it's right there for you guys as well. I just briefly wanted to talk about the play-in and the playoffs real quick. Now look, as a Jazz fan, and I do want to move on to the Jazz real quick, the Jazz got very favorable matchups. Obviously, they're going to beat the Memphis Grizzlies. That's not even a question. That series is probably going to go 5 at most. But Ja Morant, I hope that he gets some great experience in the rest of this young Grizzlies squad. Then moving on to the next round, I don't see the Mavericks getting past the Clippers. So the Jazz could potentially take the Clippers to 7. I think that's what's going to happen. I think the Jazz end up coming out on top, and I mean that unbiasedly. Yes, the Clippers could very well beat the Jazz. It is a very solid team with Ty Lue as the head coach, Kawhi Leonard, and Paul George. Now that they got playoff Rondo as well, that team could definitely beat the Jazz. But the Jazz at home court, Game 7, I'm going to take the Jazz in that series. And then, of course, Jazz versus the Lakers, probably in the Western Conference Finals, maybe the Phoenix Suns. We don't really know what's going to happen there. We truly don't know who's going to make the Western Conference Finals in its totality. But if it is the Lakers, I'm going to take the Lakers winning against the Jazz in the Western Conference Finals. Maybe it is the Phoenix Suns. We'll have to see. But the Jazz, I love their matchups, and I'm ready for Jazz Nation, baby. Take note. But that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I just wanted to make a super quick brief video talking about the play-in tournament briefly. I wanted to talk about the Grizzlies and Warriors game last night, and I quickly wanted to hit on my Utah Jazz. We're playing the Memphis Grizzlies tomorrow night at 9 o'clock Eastern, so make sure you guys tune in for all the NBA playoff games. Let me know, what did you guys think about the NBA play-in tournament this year? Do you guys want to see it moving forward? And who do you guys think should get MVP? Even though Steph Curry got bounced out of the playoffs, do you think Steph Curry should still get MVP? Or do you think that award should go to Nikola Jokic? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe down below for more NBA content. And I do Jacksonville Jaguars content as well, if you guys are interested in that. That's it for this video. Thank you guys so much, and I'm out, boys. Peace!